Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm Clarence and this is my new video where I learn from the masters of animations how it's done actually. So the scene of today is this where we have an animation from Maxime Delalande. Here you have his Instagram if you want to follow him. He's a great artist, Maxime Delalande. And this is the animation we are going to analyze in this video.
Yeah, sure, I'll miss it. The big house, the having my every whim tended to, the silk sheets. Oh god, the silk sheets. Can we change the subject?
Okay, we still are looking at Klaus actually, and there are many reasons for that, but the main one is the fact that it's a pretty recent video, and it's the other fact is that we have a lot of pencil tests which are really great made and with pretty clear approach. As you can see, the timeline and everything is pretty visible and clear, so it's easier to try and understand. So now, as you can see, we are not anymore in Harmony to Boom but in Clip Studio Paint. Finally I changed my program that I use. Now I'm on pause with Harmony for now. I still have a bit of time, which I hope if I find the time, sometime, if I have some free time, I will keep going and finish the. I have two scenes of my short movies that I have to color. One is the scene 18 that we made a video for, and another is a pretty explicit one that we can't show, but we will talk about it maybe when we will talk about the short movie more. But now we are here and I already prepared the file. As you can see, our animation of Jasper starts at frame 26 and here we are. So 26, and then let's start from 26 to frame 30. Now I'm starting to study as much as I can. As I told in the previous video, one thing that I'm really curious about, which I thought was some kind of particularity of animators, is to understand when to finish the action with pose to pose. And well, I was still studying in my own without doing video, and if I'm not mistaken, wait, I will tell you. I was watching a video of Jane Baxter, which we are going to analyze, and who was one of the few people who showed like a really and explained animation. We will talk about it maybe in the future when we analyze him. Of course, imagine the video is like 3 hours long, and he is doing it pretty fast too, so it doesn't pass through all the technical timelines and everything, time charts and number of frames. He does occasionally in the video, but actually it's not so important, and he doesn't focus on that. So anyway, the fact is that he was using an example of a squirrel where a fruit, I don't remember the name of the fruit, goes and hits him in the head, and actually he says something that like this, that an animator understands from from the moment that it touches and then the moment that the fruit touches the ground. It's like if you do it like with the sound, it's like tum. Every sound should be something like between 12 and 13 frames. And this is something you like develop when you animate a lot, actually. A strange way to understand the timing of the things that move. That's actually because I'm still trying to get it through that, because I think if you understand that, then you do most of the job. Because of course then every element has its own timing and everything, but if you know from inside with what time does every part have, like in your mind, for some instinct that you develop, that is the point, I think. That's why you have to train a lot, and these videos are my excuse to kind of try and train every day, because of course I'm doing these videos where I analyze. I don't do much of my own for now, but then I try in the other time that I have to reuse what I'm learning and try to do it my own. My main goal now is to, I don't know, maybe analyze something like 10 of this type of really great animations, and try then and to use what I learned in my own animations, of course in a video on something or in a training. It's not easy. This is the third time that I'm trying to record this video, but anyway, I don't have to give up. I have to push through it until I make it. This is the promise I did to myself. So let's. And then anyway, it's a strange period in my life, so this helps me don't think too much, and study is a good way to focus on something. So anyway, one nice thing that I've learned today is to download the new material for animations. If you see those brushes, look how great are for doing some rough animations. If I'm here, let's draw our Milo, Jasper. I confuse him sometimes with Milo. I think it's the guy from Atlantis, which I would really love to analyze too, because that movie, first of all, the movie is like a miracle, and the animation of that character too, of all the character of that movie. As you can see, we can make it a bit more. Let's draw him. I decided to go until frame, if I'm not mistaken, 127 and 123, 28. I don't know. Anyway, 123 here. Then here down here in the timeline it's not the same. We will see what happens later. First of all, I want to see if... Okay, I've changed something before, and I didn't save it actually, maybe because well, it starts at 26, but it's like it takes more frames. It's not right, so we can make the timeline smaller and move I actually have this as an example. which I know is frame 28. Now it should work. Let's see. No, it's next one. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Actually, this should be like 2 frames, but it's working here. So let's keep drawing our character. Yep. So I was telling you that it's I've found out how to download, which is pretty easy. There is a lot of like free stuff, and not only, also you can pay for that, and there is some tools that you can download from here. It's pretty easy. Actually, it's like you have to go and add from downloads, and then you can, for example, search for materials. It happens like a browser page where you can look for what you are looking for. Actually, I searched for some rough animation brushes, something that reminds me of like some graphics, some pencils, and actually I'm pretty satisfied with this one. If you see, you can switch those off, but as you can see, it's pretty good. Okay. I have to find a way to turn around the page, and then, because if I press R, then it stays on like the turning the page tool, so I don't have the pen anymore and I lose time. On Harmony it's easier. It's like you have the Alt Control, you press them together and then you can turn around the page as you want. And here we don't have that. We have R like on Photoshop, but if you press R like on Photoshop, where I don't animate actually, but anyway, sometimes it makes this thing that it stays on actually the turnaround tool, and it's pretty annoying because I don't wanna spend time going searching where the pen here is, or to press P. It's a waste of time. You wanna be fast here. So here the air. Okay, we are almost there. The body, we can leave it like this for now. Okay, let's see. Yep. So this is frame 26, right? And as we said, we have 26 here and 30 here, and here 28. I think we are like there is a follow through. Here, so we are here. Actually, as you can see, the second pose is the 30. The second pose before the breakdown is this one. What happened here? Okay, I made a mistake. 1 sec. Layer copy. I don't know what's happened here. Okay, let's. Delete this, and now we have it. Okay, let's draw this pose too. And then we will see that the main differences. This is like only one frame in between. We will have much work in the next time chart, but anyway. Love the acting of the mouth, and there is a follow through, so I already saw that the mouth in the previous breakdown is going to be pretty much opened. Meanwhile, in the first one it's not open, it's almost closed. So here we have the body, which doesn't move a lot. Here, let's draw everything pretty fast. I don't know if it's going to be useful, but anyway, I hope so. Let's imagine we don't have an alternative. So what I want to see is also how these hairs are moving. Meanwhile, Akira passed with the moto outside. Kaneda, Tetsuo. Okay, here we are. This is frame 30. Yep. So if I wanna, first of all, I wanna delete this just to yep. So if we now close our reference for now, we can see how it changes. It makes an arc. Yep. It gets like longer because the E is opening the mouth, and I think it does this also because you have to think about making it in poses when you don't have anything. So you draw your poses and you think, okay, I want to make a pose when it says this letter, so that we have the character with the mouth open and everything, and it's going to be more appealing. So we have to do frame 28. So we go here, right? We can see how in the onion skin it's done. As you can see, there is a follow through, so we will be more closer to the green one, while the body is going to be intercalated, I think, pretty in the middle. Maybe still we can favorite a bit more the green one. The mouth, as you can see in the first frame, it's closed. Here it's, I think it gives more emphasis to the mouth so that it opens almost directly. Let's see how it does this. As you can see, it favorites a lot the green one, and still does an arc. If you see, it's not here the ear, it's here. This is the I think the most important skill to train. Actually, don't go to the middle. Try to make it more on arcs, everything. So let's turn off the onion skin. Let's draw our guy and let's see the differences. So here the eyes, as you can see, are much more open than in the frame before. Here too. Yep. Eyebrows, which are much higher. And something like that is really interesting is to see that in the frame before they were also like one closer to the eye than the other, and as you can see it's like not really, but it's pretty much an explosive movement, so that it goes like really faster to the other pose. Let's draw this faster. Of course this is already, if not clean up, but it's a tie down, so of course he worked. I don't know, I'm not sure actually, because it's pretty much possible that he also worked on a so much clean animation, but anyway, I don't think I think he went through a more rough phase before reaching this type of clearness. So here are the ears. Yep, I'm gonna do this because it's important that it's in the right position. Okay, done. We miss here, and the body, which we leave it like this. Okay, maybe the arm we should make it, well, let's start from here, just because of course I already know that he is going to move it, and that's it. Let's see. Great. Now we are going to have fun. So we have the 30 here, and goes all through 45 other pose with 32 breakdown. Watch head rotation and breakdowns, mostly body here. Here mostly, because before was the head that was moving a lot actually. Here more the body. So 32 is the one. Now let's start from here and say we go to 45. Perfect, we are in the right spot. And let's draw our frame 45, and then we can see how he approached it on a timing point of view. Now the ear here is visible. Okay, this is part of the clothes. Now we can, it should be really interesting to study those two, but anyway, now let's focus on the character. What I'm interested to see is those part of the hairs with follow through, how he used it. I already checked it, but anyway, now we will hopefully get a glimpse of how it's done. Here, okay, nose, mouth, the eyes are closed, the eyebrows here, pretty close to the eyes. And now the body, it's going to be interesting. Here, one arm, second arm, and the body. Yep, now we have frame 45, guys. Let's see. Let's turn off the reference and see how much different it is from the other. Not that much, except for the body, actually. Let's see. Okay, let's draw the body here too. 1 second. At least the arms. Yep, so that we can see how much does it close himself. Is a lot. See, like really is the other pose. So he's imagining like in his mind that from 30 to 45 are 15 frames, so it's like tuned. It's like, and so there's going to be a slowdown in the end, and we can see that actually, yes. Now let's go back to our timeline. So we have frame 32. This is the main breakdown. And if we see this, watch head rotation breakdowns. The body, as you can see, moves a lot. The head not as much. I think, oh, of course, this is the interesting part that the animator decides to bring in the game. Actually, you see, I think he animated the eyes after the rest of the body. I think I'm pretty sure about this because they have a different time. So we have a breakdown here and they are starting to close. The eyebrows are still pretty much maybe a tiny bit more closer to the eyes here, but almost imperceptible, except that actually is, because if you close the eyes, actually they get a bit closer. It's some of those details that that give life to the character. The mouth, crazy. Look how exaggerate are the teeth here. I think also the other thing that I love from a lot of Klaus, Jasper, and every character, but especially in Jobster, that is really exaggerated. So it's really fun to see the poses, the acting, everything. here we have the air, and now I want to see how he decides to break down the movement of this little part here of his ears. Now here we have the character here. That part we said no. What I want to do later is as we finish this, maybe we can try and make it brand new, really rough, to see how maybe using just a couple of figures we try to mimic the movement. Okay, now let's go back, and we have now 34, right? So okay, these are the first, then these, then the 36, then it's going to be this number, and then we have here another timeline, 36, 38, and I guess this is going to be 40 to 45. As you can see here are really close, and actually it moves like really close. It's here, 40, 2, 3, 5. But they like give a really important importance to the timing there, and the acting too. So as we said, we have 34. Now we go to 34. As you can see, yes. Let's see how he decides to break it down from here to almost the end. Now let's turn off the reference. Here it's pretty close. As we said, not even okay here. Then the body. We forgot the arms here, because it's important to see how closer they get to the shoulders. Like he moves his shoulders up and up so that they get closer. And as you can see, the movement is pretty big. Pretty big. That doesn't move that much, but now it will, because at frame 34 the body is almost there, but the head is in. It's also like a bit morphing. It's really nice to see that he decides. He knows that the head is going to do an arc this way, so he leaves some part of the character, like the nose, this direction, so that it gives a more follow-through effect, where some of the parts reach the end position later in the animation, which is what I want to see how it does it on the air. Actually, here the eyes are closed. The animation of the blink is it's pretty fast, and one of the first things you learn as an animator, because it's you see the difference, because you can do like an eye here, and then the next frame it can be that the eye is getting close here, then the eye is closed, and maybe you can change from here, especially. Normally this is 2 frames and this may be 1. I made a lot of different blinks in my in the scenes of my short movie. Both of them actually, even in the other stadium. But I remember one correction that one of my teachers gave me when he saw. I was already graduated from my academy, so he saw this mistake that I did was that the blink was fine actually, but the eyebrow needs to, if not in this frame, can stay in the same, but here has to get a bit closer because it gives a sense of reality. And then when it opens up, you can change the timing, maybe doing something like this, and then it gets open anyway another time. This is what is pretty basic, so we can check it another time, but yeah. Now let's go back to our professionals here, where they don't give so much importance to a blink in respect to all the character. Okay, here we have the Jasper, almost done, the eyes are closed. Yep, now the body, as you can see the neck it's almost gone already. Here we have the arm, here we have the other arm, yep, the back, which is really arcuated and nothing, it's crazy, and the way he acts. Now this is frame 34, and let's see. First of all, I want to say, okay, we said we have like 15 frames for here, from here to 45, and if we see like tune, the time it needs, it doesn't need to be a lot, because then gets like you can see that it's animated and you don't believe that it's almost like living for real. Love the fact that he decides to give a different time to the body from the head. Probably this was a correction, maybe not, but anyway, bam, okay, here, and then it prepares the body already, it's up, and then as you can see here it's going to slow a lot here, from here to here. Now 45, let's see what we have when we see our reference. Where are we? Here, 34. Now we have 36. To 45. We have a lot. But it's important to understand that you don't have to be scared to draw. Actually, I think it's a lot of drawing. Animating. Quindi 36. Look at how beautiful is this frame. How much does it change from here to here? As you can see, the body is almost it's like an opposite. The body it's almost already in the end position. The head now is moving a lot. He changed the different timing. I see something that bothers me. It's here and it's those here. Let's take them off. So 36. Let's and then see how it changes. We have 36. Still the nose, it's a bit, but almost imperceptible turn to the left. Love the mouth, look how exaggerated it is. It's a work of art, this animation, it's unbelievable. So here we are. Eyebrows. I wanna see if they change a lot. They change, but not a lot. The nose, actually, look how from here is almost the same as the frame before. Like the nose is waiting to move. Then, as you can see, it's starting to get in the end position, which is almost there now. Interesting to see that he still has his eyes closed, because it's like giving more emphasis to the movement of the head. It's like also is a trick that you can use. I used it also in my short movie. Actually, I can show you, and maybe we can also analyze why my animation is what's wrong with it. Maybe it's nothing. Actually, of course, it's possible to make it better, but it's like that. It's almost the way it should be. This is the animation I did. As you can see here, I do the same thing. Not so bad, but it doesn't have the same sense of realness that the other has. It's more like close to the reality, my animation, so that it's easier to exaggerate a character like Jasper. I can't do the same with mine, but of course it's always possible to make it better. But now that I see it, it's not so bad. It's fun. It's good enough. Also because it took me so much time to make it, color it, and then make the shadows too. That I'm pretty. It's like a 6 out of 10. It's fine. If it gets a 6, it's going through the. Then it's almost like that you spend so much time on a scene like that that you get. If it's your project, then nobody gives you correction on or ask you to change something, or actually they don't pay to make changes and everything, that you get. You start to like it in a like father-son way. Anyway, here are the arms of our character. No, maybe I can save from here. Yep, come on. Now this is 36. Yep, I wanna see. It doesn't move a lot. This is interesting, as I told you, to see how the hair are moving. Maybe it's not like perfect in terms of animation theory, because maybe I don't know if is this the moment that the hair here should change position, you know. Maybe if you see a follow through or things that you see that the air goes beyond the end position and comes back. This animation we will do it later when we go through the different position that Jasper does here. Anyway, everything here is done by the mouth. As you can see, it's turning like front, and it's almost on the end position. And now I'm pretty sure that everything is intercalated in the middle, because we are pretty close to the end position, and we have, as you remember, if we open our reference here, look how many more frames we have. 38, and then we have 40 here, and from 40 to 45 we have 42 in the middle, and actually, as you can see, 43 here. And I think he did this because he decided to take off this frame and make it here more close to the 45 than the 41. Let's see now. And I think it's going to be the end of for this video. We will reach frame 45, and then we will do more of it in the next one. So now we are here, so now we have to do 38. Now this is going to be interesting. I hope to get it right. So we are here. Now what happens? I saw it, and was one of the reasons I decided to analyze this animation, because he does this. What happens now? We have frame 45, but frame 38, it's there, but it's like I have to draw it and then see from here to 45 how it changes. So mouth really exaggerated. Eyes still closed. The eyebrows, not much. It's almost like the eyes are a bit like more closed and smaller. All little differences that hey, if you don't do something like I'm doing, don't even see them, I think. Maybe yeah, if you're a super professional who does this and it's like on my everything it's visible, which actually is my goal, to see my in not an animation but like something that moves, and understanding how I would do that. Now I've seen a compilation of the little moves that the character of Glen Keanes do when they talk or do something, and from Shah Khan to all the movies he did. Now I don't know the names in English, but anyway, we will analyze it. I was really close to do that today, because after the third time that I tried to do this animation, yeah, actually I approached it a bit differently, not studying it but trying to redo it, and I wasn't like able to make it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, when I was in the gym, I was thinking about doing that Glen Keane and just try to understand the different time, which I saw that it's almost always the same when the characters move their head, and it's actually something like you have here the head, and they move before here a little closer, and then the end. If here we have the nose, here we have the other nose, and here we have the nose of the end pose, and then it comes back and it does, I think, the same thing from here. It gets in the middle, then here, and then same thing here. Not in the end, but, and this timing was, it's like at that point of mastery, it's like the only way you can make this thing without seeming that something is wrong with the character, and make it real. But anyway, we will do it, and of course it's also changing because the fact that well, if they do this, the timing is right, is doing that, but if you're doing it not like closer, it's not changing the time, it's changing the different poses. Well, it's well, he's, if not the best, one of them, and we will check him out pretty soon because I'm really interested on working on this animation, trying to capture as much as I can. Now I want to see, as we saw before, 40 is the next one, I think. Yep, 40. Yep, then 42, and then 43. As what I was looking for to see is now this. I love the fact that he's doing like more of an arc here, like from here we have 38. Let's try to understand what he decides to do. It does something like 36. Okay, we have to go in the middle and do 38. It's almost like it does something like really close here and then here with the arc. It's not like an arc, it's almost like a palm and then little, and it closes the head, the mouth. Look how the air is moving down and then it gets up. Here is the, but the important thing, and one mistake that I was doing when I was like in the beginning, still doing it, not that I'm not doing it anymore, I didn't train it enough to say that I mastered it and understand it, but the follow through doesn't go in its own terms. It's like, even you have always to consider the beginning and the end pose. So it's almost that the movement of the air still gets at the end point at the end pose. It's not like that it's moving later, but sometimes it's like this, sometimes not, because if you see the clothes of some characters, maybe they move later than the pose. Well, we will see other examples. In this example, we have the end of the follow through at frame 45 actually. So let's next is the 40. Let's open our reference. $40, $42, I'm 43. Super. Now let's draw this frame pretty fast. As you can see, he still has his eyes closed. I'm really curious to know how much time went through this. Now maybe it's a bit premature, but I swear I will ask those guys if they would like to join me on a call and answer some of my questions, uh, because I have like really technical ones, for example, like this, and who more than me can actually, who is like drawing on their animations, understanding how and why he decided to make it this way, which actually, as I told already, it's to me is like this animation has reached that level of peak where you think that it's not possible to make it better, to me at least. Then maybe the same animator watching it might say, well, this is might be can be better, this, but anyway, you don't even doubt a second that this character is leaving. This is the objective. I don't know if you can say the same about the animation that I showed you before of my short movie. Now, the fact that you will see that that animation, that the history of that short movie, it's going to the acting and the way the character move, it's also influenced by the story. So as I told already for the girl that I was coloring, which might look a bit enigmatic and mechanical, what was also my intent. Same way with the guy, some of the other animations are going to be more fluid, more realistic, and then another fun thing about working on an animated project is that it takes so much time that you improve while you are working on it. So the first scene that I did, if I see it now, it's almost like I see the mistakes. The same happened with when I see again the other Asteria, my first short movie. Well, it's of course full of mistakes, if you can call them, because the actual thing is that I put so much effort on all of my animations that they cannot be in another way. Actually, in some ways, it's like yeah, you put some of your soul on it, and it has to be this way. Maybe you can also like critique the big paintings, the great movies, but there is something when where the artist puts so much time and effort on it that it has to be that way, and the artist is like he knows that. Maybe it's also because he's so tired of working on it that it's like I don't want to touch it again. But if he reached that point and he concluded it, it's almost like you can be pretty sure that it's going to be fine with it. It's going to be okay. And then remember that everything that you see which is wrong on your pieces, I don't know how much people will actually understand it. Not that it's important, because to me it's not so important the opinion of people which don't know the technical part of the job too. Yeah, of course it's important, but as I said, I don't know if I said it here, but I think that you can appreciate a piece of animation if you are not an animator. To me, at least until the 60%, even less, because it's unbearable the amount of study and work and time for somebody that doesn't know how to do it. Look how much does the air close and stretch. This is great. This is great. Now let's see our frame 40. And now he gets close. So here 40. Let's see. Look how he moves. So smooth. Let's see how it looks without that slowdown in the head. Yeah, something is missing. Yeah, I think if I don't leave so much frames in the middle, it's going to be like acceptable, but to be perfect like he did, you have to add those extra frames here. So we have to add, I think, only one or two. Let's see our reference. So we did 40, 42 and 43. It's a lot. So we have now 40, 42, 43. Look, to me it's almost like it's more necessary to make the parts of the air to reach in a smooth way the end part than the other. Look, then what is funny here, 45, and already at 46 it starts to move again. Wanna see? Look, yeah, of course it's like favoring. But it's a glimpse of realism too, a bit much. We are going to reach this part, because actually this is extra. It's like no intercalation. It's like redrawing the same but giving it a bit of more breath. Okay, let's draw 42. As you can see, is so the body doesn't even move. It's only to make the head reach the end position smoothly. So we are here. Body. My body is a cage. Body. Arm. Muy mal. Okay. Head. We have also to take into consideration the fact that the mouth is moving, so he has to close it in order to open it. But yeah, here is the demonstration I did afterwards, because you don't do a pause and do this. Or maybe you do if you have the audio. If you have the audio, you say, okay, this is the part that I wanna. Here, I don't know, there is an F, and you want to start from here. Yeah. Okay, maybe. If not, it's like you do it later in the animation, but it's part of the acting, so I dub that. Well, we will try when we are more used to what we are doing now, analyzing the animations, understanding the timing and everything. We will try, as I told you at the end of these videos, the first where we analyze the animation of others, we will try to do our own in this style, like really exaggerated, doing a Disney-like character. Maybe we decide a different movement, but yeah, we will go to the point. Yep, here. A bit of onion skin to understand where does the air here go. Yeah, by here. Anyway, these videos, if nobody's going to watch them, they're gonna be helpful for me maybe in the future. Of course, I'm training right now, but if I rewatch them, maybe I will find something else. Anyway, many are the reasons why I'm doing this, and especially because it's a way for me to put my time and study more to get better on what I like and what I think it's worth. Sometimes I doubt it because I don't know, life makes you doubt about everything you do sometimes and you choose. Anyway, let's not be so dramatical. So, and we are at 43. If we turn on the onion skin, look how close is this. Now I wanna see how in the middle is this. Pretty much. Actually not that much. It has to be. If not, one second, guys. I have to send a message. Okay. Yes, it has to be in the middle. So let's say actually it's not even moving. That's why, because I'm doing this the wrong one. Well, something was strange. Look at this. It's like he never intercalates in the middle. Mouth goes up, body doesn't move that much, nose gets up, I don't know, It's, yeah, it's almost in the middle, but it's not. I don't know if those videos might be helpful for somebody while they watch this. But anyway, it's also a way to appreciate what those guys are doing. Redoing this, I think, might be a good training. Like when you do this a lot, then in your free time you try to replicate them, maybe with shapes and things. Like you imagine like taking the same timeline and deciding to animate a different thing to see if it's working. It has to be also a good training, that one. Let's not finish this. Well, if you think about it, how would have someone which who doesn't do this as a student or as a job have the time that I'm using to make this video, to learn every time I'm trying to do this video? It's like an excuse that makes possible to train without knowing that you have a payment or something, which actually I would love that. I'm pretty sure when we actually finished my academy, we worked on a collective project called Animando, where we were trying to create a short movie, which was great, except that the fact that we never concluded it. The person that he was in charge of make it possible at the end he didn't decide to finish it. But I remember working with Sandro Cleuso, which is a great animator. He corrected me an animation that I did. I remember, but every one of these old school guys, which reach that point of knowledge in the animation factory, they worked until they cracked the code. They worked actually in a studio, so I might say that also in a studio today, not everyone, but not most of them, they are not looking to reach that kind of intensity in the animation as before, not doing more movies like they used to. But yeah, what can I say? I would love to make it to a studio where they give me something, because I also had an experience as a cleanup artist and color artist with a studio called Mariposa Pictures. It's not a studio. I don't know. It's like a brand that works on Barbie movies, and it it's actually the only job I found as an animator. It was on LinkedIn, I guess. They wrote me on email, and I remember the amount of work I put it on that was unbelievable for so much, so as for such a small amount of money, which was not so bad, but they paid you every 60 seconds of animation, but you animated and you make they make you a change, and there was like a time difference because I think they were in Los Angeles or something like that. But anyway, I don't know if I can show you that. Probably not. But was like a really incredible experience now because well, happens to me sometimes. I hate it in the moment, then I start to appreciate it when I find out what it taught me. I I got better with time on that type of behavior, but anyway, yeah, we grow up and we get more mature. So guys, here is our animation until frame 45. Let's see. As you can see, the body at the beginning doesn't quite move, but then moves a lot, but it's almost at the end position quite fast. The head does this movement, which is great. Here it closes. There's an impact, like a really small movement here, which was the most interesting part to me. Here, the nose gets, the mouth goes up a bit, and then goes to the pose. So guys, I think it's enough for this video with our character Jasper, the analysis of Jasper. Still guys, go and check Maxime Delalande. He does a great job. He's unbelievably good, working on many projects, really inspirational. So maybe we will get the possibility to talk to him one day. I don't know, but anyway, this is it for this video, guys. Hope you like it. Leave a comment if you like, if you want to ask me anything, and see you in the next one.